The Book of Esther tells the story of the king of Persia, probably Xerxes, choosing a new queen from amongst his lands. Far-right political movements like the Heritage Foundation have claimed inspiration from the story.
It claims to be a national strategy to combat anti-Semitism in the U.S. But if you take a closer look at it, what Project Esther actually is, it's effectively a blueprint to dismantle or even destroy the pro-Palestine solidarity movement in the U.S. under the pretext of combating anti-Semitism.
The vast majority of the board that put the proposal together are Christian Zionists. No major Jewish organizations participated in drafting the plan or have endorsed it. It has been adopted by extremist groups like Moms for Liberty, the January 6th Capitol rioters, and of course, the Trump administration. One of the main strategies of Project Esther is to convince the public to perceive the pro-Palestinian movement as a global Hamas support network, threatening American Jewry and America itself. One goal is to get groups designated as TSEs, an abbreviation for terrorism support entity, which can have severe legal consequences.
So that means that anyone who's ever participated in a pro-Palestinian protest at a university, for example, is potentially providing material support.
Thing is, material support laws are vague, so they can define what they want as terrorism. Using free speech to protest the war, spreading facts and figures about child death and injury could be considered material support. All this coming from an administration that...
Shylock. Any Jewish person that votes for her or the Democrat Party should have their head examined.
Musk posted a series of Nazi-related puns online.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Jews will not replace us! Blood and soil! Blood and soil!
There is a flirtation with Nazism in Trump world that borders on parody. Steve Bannon's ex-wife testified in a custody case that he didn't want their children to go to school with Jews. Deputy Pentagon Press Secretary Kingsley Wilson has shared great replacement conspiracy material on social media. The list goes on and on. If this administration were serious about countering anti-Semitism, it would not be appointing anti-Semitic extremists to senior positions. And it would not be normalizing anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that have fueled attacks on Jews and others. One of the main focuses on the road to the criminalization of pro-Palestinian activism has been education, the most aggressive push being on funding. I can tell you one thing they care more about than parking spaces is federal funding, the viciousness with which the other elements of the faculty will turn on the law schools and the Middle East studies folks. With Harvard bizarrely being one of the only major institutions to stand up to the administration, Department of Health and Human Service issued a formal Title VI civil right violation notification to Harvard. A joint task force to combat anti-Semitism issued a set of demands and froze billions in grants already awarded to the university. And of course, they suspended Harvard's ability to enroll international students. As of recording, nearly 3,000 international students have had their visas revoked, almost all because of engagement in pro-Palestinian campus activism. This is the biggest crackdown on free speech in the United States since the Red Scare. It is being done in the name of protecting Jews, but it is not Jewish people that have put these policies in place. It has overwhelmingly been Christian Zionists and charlatans willing to exploit Christians as useful idiots. Cracking down on free speech in the name of protecting Jews has the effect of making Jews the face of power and authoritarianism.
And this feeds into anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and makes Jews the one to blame for the longtime Christian nationalist goal of dismantling higher education.